All right, we're starting off today's video with a bang. This is my Scoria, het VPIT positive. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily. It is hot here in Cape Coral today. Wow. We're at that point in the spring, summer where it gets really hot during the day and then at night it rains, or in the later afternoon it rains. It hasn't rained yet today, but it looks like it's gonna. Anyway, today it's gonna be boas, boas, boas. That's it. You're not gonna see a single ball python. You're not gonna see a rhino rat snake. You're not gonna see a corn snake. You're only gonna see boas today. So if you don't like boas, turn this off. If you love boas, stay tuned. All right, we're starting off today's video with a bang. This is my Scoria, het VPIT positive. Now, Scoria is an incomplete dominant gene in boas. I mean, it really, in its single form like this, it's really perfection. I know we're all trying to put albinos and T positives and blood and everything in the kitchen sink into Scoria's leopard, and they're gonna look cool, and they do look cool. I have IMG leopards and IMG motley leopards. IMG motley Scorias and IMG Scorias, and they're really cool, but this snake is pretty perfect the way it is, you know, and I'm sure when I get the VPIT positive gene into this, it's gonna look great too. I've seen them. So I just love the way the Scoria looks in its single form. When it was first found and discovered or whatever, and I think it was Rich Eiley's collection, people went crazy for this thing. They never thought it was gonna ever be reproduced, and now pretty much you can get them anywhere. They're very readily available, and they're beautiful. All right, sticking with the boa theme, I guess. We'll go with the Jungle Motley Hypo, double het VPI Snow, which would be a double het for VPIT positive albino and for Anery 1, which produces a VPI, as we call it, Snow, or T positive Snow. But this snake is really nice. This Hypo Jungle Motley combination right here is gorgeous in and of itself, because it has some pastel-y lines in it, and with some lightning colors, or lightning, I guess, selective breeding here and here. This doesn't look like just any Hypo Motley, you know, jungle. It's way, way lighter. So, looking good. She's putting some nice size on. All right, Hypo Blood Onyx right here. Gorgeous. Always got to show you this this little boy. This is he's actually was born in April of 21, so that would make him over 2 years old already. He's a dwarf boas though, so they're gonna stay really small, especially the males. And he might actually breed, who knows, at the end of the year. I would probably venture to guess I'd give him another year. Usually about 3.5 years is pretty good for dwarf boas. You know, with regular boas, you can get them up in 2 years. I just find I get better luck with waiting 3 years at least with the male, like dwarf boas and that, you know, the onyx blood stuff. They just don't go that quickly. They're a little bit slow. Here he is, Crazy Train himself. My blue line sun glow with God knows what else in there. I don't know if there's jungle in there or something, but the craziest blue of the blue lines that I produced from 22. He is getting bluer by the day, and he's got that crazy white striping and that gold flaking in his tail. I don't know what the heck this snake's got in him, but he is one crazy blue snakes. And once again, this is a line bred trait, the blue line, and obviously sun glow, sharp sun glow is, you know, sharp strain albino. But this snake looks the way he does because of the selective breeding, and I'm going to take him and selectively breed him to a bunch of my snakes once he gets a little older. He's still only a baby, only about a year old. And here's my female holdback, blue line. So she's completely different than him, but has tremendous saturation. She's got a lot of blues in her. So I held her back because she's got reduced pattern. She's definitely a sun glow, which means she's a hypo sharp albino with a lot of blue in her, and I think she's going to make a really good transmitter of the blue genes. And the reason I say genes is just because it's not just one gene, it's a polygenic trait, meaning multiple genes that contribute to this blue coloration here. And she's really pretty. She's got the reds and the dark red saddles, and then she's got the blue offset with the blue. She stayed pretty blue. She's getting bluer. Really pretty. Here's another really nice boa that I produced in 21. This is an Inca Onyx. So you know I love Onyx. This is one copy of Onyx, one copy of the Inca gene, which seems to work really well with Onyx because they're both dark, busy pattern genes. And I think there's a really nice epistasis between them, which is the interaction of those two genes to create something better than what was there before, just in the single gene form. And she's actually a good eater. She's a really good eater. The Onyx is, like I said, a really small. She's way better than just an Onyx. So I have to believe that the Inca gene in her is getting her to eat just a little bit more. And the Incas are not big. You know, they're not big boas, but they're a little bigger than the Onyxes. So this snake will not be a super dwarf, but it will be a dwarf boa for sure. But I'm looking forward to when she's going to be able to breed. A couple of years still. She's only 2 years old. So we're looking at probably another 2 more years. Beautiful girl. Ah, look at this beautiful baby boa. Actually, she's a year old now. This is a hypo Laby jungle. More than likely jungle. I think it's jungle. Yeah, I can kind of see that little lateral striping right there. Really beautiful. I love the fact that the double labyrinth line goes the whole length of the body. Gorgeous. This snake is available. If anyone's interested, reach out. I haven't even listed it on Morph Market. Maybe I'll take a picture of it, list it. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that blue eye. Oof. That is a stunner. That Laby gene, one of the best genes in all of boa breeding, in my mind. If you don't have Laby in your collection, you're crazy. Especially given the fact that the super Laby is the crystal, which is a blue-eyed leucistic. Can't go wrong with that. All right, I had to show you the crystal. In shed, of course. Super hypo, more than likely. Jungle, crystal. Look at that blue eye. Even in shed. Phenomenal. Really nice. It's another female here. She's gonna go up for sale as well. This is not even doing her justice because she's really in bad shed. I'll pull out one of her sisters too. All right, here's a really nice single copy, hypo, crystal. Talk about crystal, look at that crystal blue eye. Jungle, so there's jungle, labyrinth, super labyrinth I should say. There's jungle, super labyrinth, which is the crystal. And there's probably more than likely one copy of hypo. There's no way there's 2 copies because the other one was 2 copies. You can see it kind of takes away this chain linking. When you have more copies of the hypo gene, it kind of makes this a solid line. But you still can see the labyrinth pattern. That usually indicates that it's only 1 copy of hypo. I can't get over that eye though. That eye is just off the charts. All right, there it is. Got to end with a really nice black boa, right? Since we're doing all boas today. Look at this one. This is IMG Motley, which we know creates a black snake, which we almost have completely blacked out here, with 1 copy of the black gene. Now, black gene, for those of you who don't know, is really just, it's very similar to a leopard. It's allelic to leopard and onyx. So essentially, it's the Costa Rican leopard gene, but we call it the black gene. So it's 1 copy of black gene. So it's like basically being essentially 1 copy of onyx or 1 copy of leopard. And it's exerting a little bit of influence on here, but imagine what a true black gene in its double homozygous form, or even a leopard black gene allelic combination with the IMG and the Motley would look like. Super crazy black. So this one's cool though. I love the head. The head's not completely black. It looks kind of badass. All right, guys, that's going to take us to the end of the episode here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas, and I hope you enjoyed today's boa episode. I just kind of was cleaning cages and tubs, and I said, you know what, I'll just kind of film some boas. You know, sometimes I don't know what to film, and not every day we have a clutch of eggs, not every day we have a boa litter, so not every day I'm setting something up. So sometimes, it was a busy day, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to spot clean, because that's what I usually do when Pablo goes home early on Thursdays, and if there's anything cool here, I'm just going to film. And it started off with that awesome Scoria. I love Scorias. They're just gorgeous in the single gene form. And it ended with, what I always loved, with labyrinths, and all kinds of crazy, different morphs that are out there, and I love all the boa morphs. Actually, you could take the worst boa morph, what someone would consider. I don't consider any of the morphs, terrible, and you could find an absolutely gorgeous version of that morph if you look hard enough. And that's what's so great about boas. There isn't 6,000 genes like in ball pythons, which I love, don't get me wrong. So you have to make the best of the genes that we have. And boas take longer to breed, and they're not so easy to breed, so it's more challenging to produce a really insane looking boa. And I think that's what really attracts me to the boas. Aside from their great personality, it's the difficulty level involved with it. It's not so easy. And if you're into that, and you're into different types of boas, big boas, dwarf boas, super dwarf boas, give me a call. Contact me. I'll talk you into it if you haven't been talked in already. And I'll help set you up and get you started and kind of direct where your interests are. Because you got to breed, and you got to keep what you love. That's the key to success in snake breeding. Keep what you love. Don't worry about what people say is the hot morph or is going to make you $1 million, because they're full of crap. Nothing's making you $1 million. Breed and keep what you love. Those are the wise words of wisdom for today. And on that note, you guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.